Today we have the New York Times and USA Today best-selling author Diane Chamberlain with us to talk about pursuing her writing passion while living with a chronic inflammatory condition. Diane is the author of 25 novels and has been living with rheumatoid arthritis for more than 20 years. She's joining us to share her story of perseverance, including her tips for approaching a chronic inflammatory condition with a positive mindset, and why she's highlighting her 20-year journey with RA on arthritis.com. Joining her is Ara Dikranian, MD. She's a rheumatologist at the Cabrillo Center for Rheumatic Disease in San Diego, California. Welcome, Diane and Dr. Dikranian.
Hello.
Hi there.
Dr. Dikranian, what is rheumatoid arthritis?
So rheumatoid arthritis is a chronic inflammatory autoimmune disease that can cause pain and swelling and stiffness of the joints. Typically the hands, the wrists, the feet, and the knees are affected early on, and then it can spread to involve any joint in the body. We estimate there's about 1.6 million adults in the U.S. living with rheumatoid arthritis, and they're usually diagnosed between the ages of 40 to 70, although any age group can be affected.
Diane, how has rheumatoid arthritis impacted your life?
Yeah, I was diagnosed in my mid-40s. My first symptom was pain and swelling in my left foot and ankle, and I had a great deal of trouble walking. And then it spread into my hands and my fingers, and I was unable to type, which as a writer, you can imagine that was frightening. So I discovered voice recognition software, and I was able to write 2 novels using voice recognition software. And then better treatments came along, and I was able to type again. And now I live a pretty full life. I still wear a brace on my left foot and ankle to help me walk, but other than that, I'm able to do just about anything that I want to do.
Dr. Dikranian, what tips do you give people living with RA about managing their condition?
Yeah, so the most important piece of advice for people with RA is to partner, obviously, with a rheumatologist to develop a management plan that best suits the individual needs of that patient. And that management plan should take into account not just the physical aspects of dealing with a chronic painful condition, but also the emotional and psychological issues that might go along with it. So I think part of it is feeling empowered to talk about the symptoms and then to have that open dialogue with the rheumatologist to have that goal, setting goals for your treatment, and then sort of following up and partnering with that rheumatologist in terms of achieving those goals on a visit-by-visit basis.
Diane, how can people living with chronic diseases like RA continue pursuing their passions despite the impact of their condition?
Yeah, I think in addition to making sure you've got the right treatment plan for you, I think that developing a support system through a support group, either in person or online, is hugely helpful. And I think the thing that has been most helpful to me is developing a mindfulness practice. And by that, I don't mean necessarily meditation, but just stopping a few times each day to focus on the bigger picture, to focus on the people that we love and who love us, to take a walk outside and look at nature, just to rise above the disease a few times each day is so helpful and puts it in perspective. Also, I've partnered with Pfizer to contribute to arthritis.com, their website, in order to share my story. It's there in 6 installments, and I hope that it'll be an inspiration for people who are both newly diagnosed as well as people who've lived with RA for a long time.
Thank you both for being with us. Living Well will be right back.